Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, we will present social marketing campaign for Daging Salai Puan Intan. Our group member is me, Nur ELLYANA NADIA binti ABDUL NADZRYN bin ROSLAN, NURUL AISYAH binti MALIK, SITI FARAHIN binti AZMI, ZAFIRA binti ZAFRI, and NURUL NAJIHAH binti TARMIZI. The purpose of social campaign community are: first, to provide exposure to students about traditional marketing, for influencing the active behavior of the community in buying and selling activities by using a technique known as social marketing, especially in terms of promotion. Second, adopt the concept of social marketing to solve social problems in terms of health, environmental protection, safety, financial problems, as well as community involvement. Third, to provide exposure and encouragement to traders around Kampung Bukit Senggeh to expand and reform in trading activity to improve the economic status. And lastly, to ensure that the social campaign program carried out and can benefit both parties in terms of entrepreneurial activities as well as strengthening the participants' communication skills. The background of campaign, in detail, our group will introduce the concept of promotion to entrepreneurs we have selected. This is the one of the initiatives used by entrepreneurs to attract buyers to get to know their products. This program is the form of knowledge transfer, which aims to help entrepreneurs increase knowledge in promotions. This is very important because one of the functions of promotion is to differentiate the company's product from the competition while keeping the content of the product. Kampung Bukit Senggeh was chosen as the target of the program because it is in line with the concept knowledge transfer and has the potential to expand far beyond the country through community development towards the generation of traditional food products.
Now, I will explain to you on the application of social marketing campaign, which is by using the 10 steps process of marketing. In every marketing campaign, the 10 steps process of marketing is widely used to ensure that all of the process of marketing are correctly done, and it is also to ensure the smoothness of the campaign. Next, we move to the step 1 of the 10-step process, which is describing the social issue, background, purpose, and focus. Firstly, for the social issue that arises from the social campaign that we have done is that the owner of the local business finds it hard to market their product, and we are doing this a social campaign to increase the awareness of the people towards their product. Next, secondly, it is the background of this social campaign. We are doing this social campaign at Kampung Bukit Senggeh as it has been chosen as the location for the campaign. Most of the people in Kampung Bukit Senggeh likes to do small business to support their family. And throughout this campaign, we are using knowledge transfer program to guide the local business owner to do in marketing. Next, we move on to the purpose of the social campaign. The first purpose of this social campaign is to give exposure to students on how to conduct a social marketing campaign correctly. Secondly, it can be used to observe the behavior of participants to engage in marketing activities. And thirdly, it is also used to improve, expand, and introduce new measures for product versatility. Last but not least, we move on to the focus. Our focus in the social marketing is we want to help Puan Intan as the owner of Puan Intan Daging Salai to improve the business which she and her family are doing currently. We have done several observations based on a few interviews that we have with this business owner, and we have drafted a few solutions to differentiate the before and the after of the execution of the campaign. Now we move on to the second step of the 10-step process of marketing, which is conducting a situational analysis. In this SWOT analysis, the strength that this business have is they are the only producer of daging salai in the village. They have a very affordable price compared to their competitors. It is made with traditional method and their own recipe. It has a generous amount of daging salai per serving, and it has also the owner have also knowledge on advertising, which could help the business. However, this business also have the weaknesses of its own. First, they are lacking in the promotion, which would affect the business well. Secondly, they are lacking in the manpower for the operation of the product. Thirdly, they have limited and narrow burning spaces for the operation of this product, and they are also lacking in the funding. And lastly, they have a constraint in finding firewoods for the operation. Now, I will explain on the opportunity that Puan Intan Daging Salai business have. Firstly, it has a very high demand of daging salai from the people surrounding. Secondly, It has also received many orders from urban areas, which have a positive impact on this business. And thirdly, there are now competitors in Bukit Senggeh area, which could be the rival for Puan Intan. Last but not least, the threat which this business are having is that the cost of raw material increases day by day, so in the future the prices of this product could increase. And secondly, the weather affecting the operation process, because of this process are using the traditional way, so it could affect the process of the operation of this business.
Step 3. Select a priority audience. The term proper here means that the audience that we have chosen is a pupil who knows, the people who may have heard about Daging Salai Puan Intan, the agent, then are selected by Puan Intan to distribute her product, and it can also be approached by audience who have encountered Daging Salai Puan Intan through social media. As she have shared the content regarding her product through her personal social media account. This is the audience where we can call it the primary audience, where they have encountered or acknowledged the product with or without having to experience the taste of the product. But due to their awareness of the availability and the existence of the product, this audience could eventually be classified as the primary audience. For example, the people who live around Puan Intan in Kampung Bukit Senggeh are the people who geographically could be the priority audience of this campaign, because they are the closest to her and they know that he had operated this business better than anyone else. Step 4. Set behavior objective and target goals. As we have mentioned above, we have selected our priority audience for this campaign, which are the people who may have heard about Puan Intan product, the people who have already been purchasing the product directly, and also the content regarding Puan Intan Daging Salai that have been passing through the feed of the viewers in social media platforms. But in this step, what we actually needed to do is to influence our priority audience needed to do for this campaign. Firstly, we need to educate and spread the facts regarding to the product itself, so that the customer will be more interested in knowing more about the product. And we wanted the people who are satisfied with the product to share as much as they can regarding the product, whether it is through the words of mouth, WOM method, or it can be also through their social media platform. Then the last one is we also targeted the more and more people are coming more interested in consuming this Daging Salai. Okay. A proper execution and engagement in social media platform. For instance, this situation will not only boost the financial statement of this small business, such as Puan Intan business, but it will also encourage small business to engage more in competing healthy with other biggest company with established brand and name.
Assalamualaikum, I am NURUL for AISYAH. I will explain step 5, identify barriers, benefits, motivator, the competition and influential others. First, barrier. If we are to look at the barriers of Puan Intan Daging Salai, we can look directly at the SWOT analysis that have been prepared in step 2. One of the barriers faced by Puan Intan is that they are lacking information. She is left behind in terms of promoting her business product when compared to the other Daging Salai business. This will create a bigger problem because the rate of product awareness is still an introductory state in which most of the people still do not know the existence of this product. This is why it is very important for Puan Intan to promote, especially in social media, because in this digital area, all the product could easily be marketed and promoted effortlessly. Another barrier faced by Puan Intan is that because she is still using the traditional method in her production, the bad weather will be much of constraint for her because all the raw material are gathered from woods near her house. That the operation of her business could not be resumed and the momentum of the sale of Daging Salai would be affected. As for the benefit that priority audience of Puan Intan could gather from this is that they could enjoy the deliciousness of homemade recipe made by Puan Intan herself. Nowadays, traditional and homemade products are rarely to be found anywhere because of the use of technology and machines in producing product. However, things are different with the product of Puan Intan because it is made of homemade recipe and traditional method, making it to be exclusive and special without any disruption from any machinery. This could be the competitive advantage as the priority audience would be more interested in buying them because of the sentimental value that is brought with each serving. One of the motivators for Daging Salai Puan Intan is priority audience to try their product is because there are no competitors which directly compete alongside the Puan Intan product in Kampung Bukit Senggeh. This means that the customer will not choose but to try and purchase the product of Puan Intan should they want to try and experience how Daging Salai tastes. For instance, when we are looking for something and there are no option from another shop selling the same type of product, we would tend to buy the product just to experience how it may be. Next, competition. They prefer to choose the meat that is not small, or in other words, the meat that are purchasing and consuming are the one that have different way to be prepared other than small. But due to the campaign of promoting Daging Salai Puan Intan, the audience would then be able to try something different from the other people which goes for same option of meat every time. By doing so, not only then we can promote the goodness of Daging Salai to the meat lover out there, but we also lead them to practice healthy food taking by encourage them to be a different from other by choosing Daging Salai over non-smoked meat. Finally, influential others. So, one of the way to influence them to actually buy Daging Salai Puan Intan is to encourage the people who had already bought and certified with the Daging Salai to share their experience and feedback regarding the product, so that the people who had not tried Daging Salai would be curious to try too. Puan Intan also could play a very important part in promoting their product in order to people to eat Daging Salai as they are still unaware of the benefit of eating Daging Salai. Once they know that there are other people who have actually tried to eat, then it will be easy to influence them to actually buy the Daging Salai. So, this is the positioning statement in table. This is the positioning statement in phrase. And finally, benefit focus positioning. First, the small technique used by Puan Intan made the interested because Puan Intan used pork as a substitute for charcoal. This is because she said using pork can make her Daging Salai tasty and juicy in meats and is enjoyable to eat, especially when eaten with masak lemak. Basically, Koi used for smoking technique in cooking position as a new way to ensure to maintain the taste of Daging Salai quality. Second, we can see that the generous amount of the quantity Daging Salai put in the packaging is a big portion is different from other entrepreneurs. Not only that, but the price that was set by Puan Intan was also quite affordable. Focusing on the positioning, we can see the generous amount that has been put by Puan Intan as something that will make her customer and potential customer stay loyal to Daging Salai Puan Intan. Finally, Puan Intan not only sell Daging Salai but also she has produced a new product market which is Ikan Keli Salai Puan Intan. From this, we can see that Puan Intan dares to try market a new product because she want to ensure that her customer will not feel bored if only she produce Daging Salai Puan Intan.
Next, I will present step 7, which is develop 4 P's, which are product, price, place, and promotion. The product is Daging Salai. Puan Intan sell Daging Salai that comes in 2 forms, namely frozen and ready cooked. Puan Intan did not use any preservative in their Daging Salai. She promised the best quality for the meat use to their customer. In addition, for packaging, Puan Intan used simple packaging using transparent plastic with a zip lock. The purpose she used it is to want potential customer to see the quality and quantity of Daging Salai in the packaging before making a purchase. The function of the ziplock is it prevents Daging Salai from molding easily. On their packaging, it contains logo, Facebook and phone number so that customer will contact her to order. The second P is price. Puan Intan provides Daging Salai with an affordable price and high quality product which is RM35 for 500 grams. Prices are set by a company pricing strategy which include a variety of different tools, approach and methods. Furthermore, Daging Salai Puan Intan use a cost-plus pricing strategy. It is the practice of determining prices for products based on their actual costs. It can be sure of making a profit if the markup figure and the number of units sold satisfy their expectations. Thus, Puan Intan employ this pricing strategy to the business. The third P is place. Daging Salai Puan Intan is located in Bukit Senggeh, Melaka. The production of daging salai takes place at her house. As in the slide, Puan Intan has a large kitchen space at the back of her house. So, that is where the production of daging salai will take place. Besides that, the location is strategic because in the village area, she is the only entrepreneur who make daging salai. So, her sale is high because she has no competitors in the village. For the frozen, its customers consist of the villagers as well, so they can come to Puan Intan house to buy, or there is a runner who will send it to the customer. The fourth P is promotion. To promote daging salai, Puan Intan use WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, and word of mouth. For WhatsApp, she use WhatsApp status to promote her products. WhatsApp status is very efficient and easy because contact can see the status and directly contact Puan Intan to make a purchase. On WhatsApp status, she can post a picture of daging salai frozen and cook consistently so that people will purchase it. In addition, Puan Intan use Facebook to promote daging salai. On Facebook, the target market is wider because many people can see the product. Puan Intan is very active in posting hard sell and soft sell there. Next, we go to everyone's favorite apps nowadays, which is TikTok. Puan Intan also posted daging salai in TikTok. The video produced by her is also interesting because she used interesting pictures and make people who watch the video hungry and continues to place order to Puan Intan. Finally, one of the traditional method used by Puan Intan is word of mouth. If Puan Intan customer has eaten daging salai and it tastes good, they will recommend it to others and many more. Therefore, the more people recommend it to others, the more people know about daging salai Puan Intan. Next, step 8, monitoring and evaluation. Our approach to Puan Intan products leads to how we want to explore the market. Puan Intan needs to do a survey, which is a quantitative survey. So, by making a survey of the product, Puan Intan will identify what are the weaknesses of the product. The survey should be to all age group in Malaysia. Puan Intan knows that his product is the choice of where and who the real target customer is. She also need to know the product life cycle, which in the introduction phase, sales tend to be slow as demand is limited. This stage can take time to move up depending on the complexity of the product and how innovative that the product have. And it will easy to the customer and it also depends on marketplace. Prior to the campaign launch is, Puan Intan needs to make an advertisement and spread this daging salai on social media. During campaign implementation, Puan Intan needs to monitor and track the survey. Lastly, post-campaign activities is measurement taken when all campaign elements are completed.
Step 9. Determining budget and funding sources. Product-related costs. To produce daging salai, Puan Intan take meat from the supplier with an estimate price of 300. It is very expensive because Puan Intan use high quality of meat which is in the grade 45. She is very concerned about the quality of meat to give her customers, and she wants her customers to eat fresh and high quality of meat. The price of daging salai Puan Intan is affordable with RM35 for 500 grams. Nowadays, it is difficult to find this price with the large quantity. 500 grams can be eaten by 7 or 8 people. Since Puan Intan used the traditional method of grilling the meat, It does not have any cost of the fuel, and also the ingredient can be found in her village. Next is place strategies or distribution channel. Since its production takes place at home, it does not have a high cost. Besides that, for distribution channel, Mak Intan use agent to market her product. If there are people who want to be an agent, they will get a cheap price like RM28. Mak Intan welcome anyone who want to join her as an agent because the profit they will get is RM7. And the last one is promotion. For promotion, Mak Intan does not use any paid advertisement. Mak Intan only use social media and word of mouth method (WOM) to market its product. For a small business like Mak Intan, she should not use paid marketing as she will use more for the cost of the raw material. Mak Intan's strategy is effective because she can save cost in terms of marketing and use the excuse cost for the production of Daging Salai. Once problems have been identified in Mak Intan business, here is a list of organizations that Puan Intan can apply for a loan or fund to expand her business. First is Skim Pembiayaan Industri Sukan. Then, Tabung Ekonomi Kumpulan Usaha Niaga Tekun. Majlis Amanah Rakyat MARA. The next one is Perbadanan Usahawan Nasional Berhad, PUNB. And another one is Teraju, and the last one is Metric.
Next is the last 10-step implementation plan. For phase 1, during the visit, we have Puan Intan to create a bio for her TikTok, create WhatsApp link, and change normal WhatsApp account to business account. For phase 2, we have selected our target audience for this campaign, which are the people who may have heard about Puan Intan product and the people who have already been purchasing the product directly, and also the content regarding Puan Intan Daging Salai that may have been passing through the feed of the viewer in the social media platforms. For the phase 3, the location is situated in a rural area in Melaka, which is Kampung Bukit Senggeh. But because of high demand of Daging Salai, Puan Intan and her husband often receive a high number of orders from the urban area. Next, phase 4 is, this campaign needs us to bring more people and audience into knowing that what actually the product of Puan Intan is. Next, phase 5 is, we also targeted more people who are becoming more interested in consuming Daging Salai rather than the meat that is not Daging Salai. And phase 6 is, before the campaign, they might have only had a little exposure and information regarding Daging Salai. But after the implementation, they will tend to change their behavior toward their perspective on Daging Salai. If before this, they do not eat Daging Salai, they will try to purchase Mak Intan Daging Salai and they may feel satisfied with the product. They will automatically become loyal customer of the business. After some time, all people will eventually be interested in trying Daging Salai due to this implementation campaign. Next, for phase 7 is, therefore, through explanation and advertising of the products, we can convince people to buy Daging Salai because it is proven that it's much more delicious compared to non-Daging Salai. From this, we can see that there are more people who are interested in consuming Daging Salai at the end of the campaign. Next, phase 8 is, however, price penetration strategy should not be used for repeating customers and in a constant application as they could hurt the financial stage of the company. Next, phase 9 is, Mak Intan also welcome anyone who want to join as an agent because the profit they will get is RM7 from the sale. Next, phase 10 is, firstly, if they are comparing the taste of Daging Salai and non-Daging Salai, the taste and texture of both products will be different because Daging Salai tend to be more delicious and juicy, so they could enjoy this functional state if they choose to eat Daging Salai. Another opportunity cost that the mass customer may enjoy if they choose Daging Salai, they will tend to have lower calories intake because Daging Salai contain less calories and fat compared to meat that is cooked with oil. On phase 11, Mak Intan only use social media and word of mouth to market its products. She will mention the information about her product on social media and word of mouth. She will state if she take an order or be available on that day. The final part of the phase, which is phase 12, is by looking at all the phase from phase 1 to phase 11 and determining which phase are the better and could show great change in the behavior of the priority audience of Puan Intan Daging Salai. In the meantime, we could always use the trial and error method in determining which kind of phase is the most suitable in order for the implementation of the campaign could be fruitful in giving exposure to the people toward increasing their awareness of the product of Puan Intan.
The issues on Daging Salai Puan Intan fix. Number 1. Issue of lacking manpower to manage the social media account. Puan Intan said that she will need to incur more costs that will burden her on the costing for the production of her product. Puan Intan also involved in the smoking of the meat, so she does not have any time to update her social media account regarding the business. Next, Puan Intan have not expanded the horizon of her business scope. As long as the business has commenced from the date it had started, Puan Intan never go into any walk-in business approach or collecting any data regarding her business. By actually knowing where to sell her product and also knowing who will buy her product, the operation management and also the time management for the business could also be managed efficiently, as they have done their research regarding the potential prospect that might be interested with their products. The issue of funding to support Puan Intan in maintaining Daging Salai business. The business are struggling in terms of funding because the money that they achieve from this business are circled back for the costing of the operation. Then, after registering with SSM, this business is still struggling on the monetary term, not because of the amount of funding from the government are not enough, but due to the monetary management that needed to be consulted to Puan Intan. Solution that we recommend to Puan Intan. Number 1. Taking an intern from the course of marketing to manage the business social media account in terms of promotion and marketing. For example, Puan Intan need a marketing practical student, so the scope of work that will be done by the student is as follows. First is managing the social media accounts of Daging Salai Puan Intan business. Second, promoting Puan Intan products. And third, make advertising such as poster, cooking and ingredient videos, product photos on social media. Next is the step to follow if Puan Intan want to hire practical student. Step number 1, Puan Intan must decide what position that she want. Step number 2, Puan Intan must write an official letter to the faculty of the business, whether it is a public university, private university, polytechnic, ILP and so on, where the student undergo industrial training, which is LI, for 3 to 6 months. Step 3, contact the faculty before and after, fax or send the letter. This is the example of official letter from Puan Intan. Next, step number 4, always follow up so that the faculty does not overlook Puan Intan's application. Step number 5, if agreed, the faculty will disseminate this information to all students who will undergo internship. Then step number 6, if a student is interested in the position Puan Intan's offer, the student will contact Puan Intan immediately. Lastly, step number 7, in this step, Puan Intan needs to ask the student for the document to be evaluated. The document required by Puan Intan are as follows. First is confirmation letter from the university. Second, the answer form for employers to fill out if they agree to accept the student as their workers. Third, a student resume. This is important document because that's where Puan Intan can judge that he is a student have experience in the help of the marketing or not. This is because in the student resume will state the experience and position they have held all his life. Number 2 of the solution. Next, approaching places as big firm, university, canteens, factory, and industrial place to promote her business while also using the application of Google Form to collect the needed data in order to expand the business of Daging Salai Puan Intan. First is approaching university, large company, and industrial place. Puan Intan needs to do this physically so that it is easy to get information and know whether or not the Daging Salai can be sold there. With this, Puan Intan can plan who will buy the Daging Salai, whether from the student or lecturers at university and workers at industrial sites. Even in this age of technology, we don't know whether people prefer to approach the introduced product physically or digitally. Therefore, Puan Intan has to take initiative to physically approach them so they can see, smell, and taste the taste of Daging Salai, and it is more satisfying for them to buy. In the meantime, they can also know and recognize Puan Intan as a Daging Salai entrepreneur. Next, Puan Intan need using Google Form in the place is far away. If a place for Puan Intan wants to introduce product away from home, Puan Intan needs to create and distribute a Google Form to the potential customers to answer questions regarding Daging Salai. For example, if Puan Intan want to give a Google Form to resident in Kedah, before they answer the question, they only know the Daging Salai be in their area only. But after answering the question on the Google Form, they know that Daging Salai is available in many states, especially in Melaka. They might be interested to find out about the Puan Intan's Daging Salai. At the same time, Puan Intan will get the customer just from Kedah. In addition, Puan Intan can also distribute a Google Form entitled Feedback Customer to collect feedback from customer about Daging Salai so that Puan Intan can improve which part are worth renewing.
Next, this is example of Google Form that Puan Intan can be made as a reference. Number 3 of solution.
Next, suggesting on how a successful business cash flow should have looked like in order for the business to efficiently place their budget on respective part of the continuity of the business while also educating them on how they can get a funding with the authority who is responsible for small businesses as MARA. First, fill in the application form for funds from the Majlis Amanah Rakyat, MARA, then showing to Puan Intan using an orderly and systematic ledger of business revenue flow. Next, example of funding provided by MARA.
Next, this is the step to fill online application of funding.
Then, this is the simple cash flow leaders template for Puan Intan made as a reference, since that Puan Intan doesn't have cash flow of their business. Conclusion. There are several organizations that may support business owners in small and medium enterprise SME with regards to funding sources for market expansion and equipment for product processing. Each item that has been proposed is accompanied by a solution to Puan Intan as a way to further facilitate Puan Intan to expand and also obtain funds in the market of Daging Salai, which is highlighted. Puan Intan does not have much internal knowledge to enter the foreign and domestic market in this regard because they are not exposed to the situation or things that need to be in the market.